covering news where you live. This is 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here on this Wednesday. Now, weather is another big story today with the potential of severe weather. We're going to get straight to it.
Yeah, Zach, we're just getting over those storms from Monday night. People still cleaning up. What do people need to know heading into today?
Yeah, that storm threat's going to increase through the afternoon and evening hours. Now, a majority of the day will likely be warm, muggy, breezy, but by late afternoon into the evening hours, that's when our storm threat really should be going. We'll have a better chance for showers and thunderstorms the further southeast you go and later into the day we go. So that's how we'll break it down for you. All of 5 country under that level 3 risk, meaning a few severe storms are expected today. And very large hail and damaging wind gusts are the top threats, 60 to 80 mile per hour wind gusts. And again, not every storm is going to produce very large hail, but we do think with today's environment in place, the amount of energy and fuel that's out there, at least a few storms will be capable of producing up to baseball, maybe softball size hail. Again, some scattered morning clouds will continue to decrease. Sunshine will take over. Highs today will top out in the lower 80s, northwest Arkansas, widespread 80s in the River Valley. Again, through the first half of the day, we'll watch far northwestern Arkansas. There will be a better chance for showers and thunderstorms to our north. We'll have to watch and make sure they don't get too close to the state line. Once we get into the afternoon, this model's not going to show a whole lot, but 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 o'clock, I will look across our far northern zones as that front comes in for a few isolated thunderstorms here. By 5, 6, 7 o'clock, so late afternoon heading into the evening. As our front gets deeper into 5 country, we do expect to have thunderstorms ongoing, and these have the potential to be the strongest, with, again, a few of these capable of producing very large hail, some damaging wind gusts, a tornado or 2. This is going to be a quick mover, and it should be out of the area by 9 to 10 o'clock at the latest. And then we get a break for the rest of the work week and through the weekend. The entire weather team will be tracking these storms throughout the afternoon and evening, so make sure you have that app downloaded and you'll get those updates.
Thanks for that, Zach. Well, if you live in Fort Smith, listen up, because the amount you pay to get water connected or reconnected is going up.
City directors have approved increases ranging from $10 to even $30. The amount of a deposit to get all utilities hooked up will also go up. Residential rates will double, while industrial rates will, in some cases, go up by 1,900%.
Industries tend to use a lot more water than a residential. So this is, again, just to ensure that we are have a buffer to save if somebody were to close.
We have a serious problem with people, renters skipping out and not paying their last bill. To me, that's what this is about, and that's why we have so many bad debts.
City directors also approved waiving parking fees in downtown for the rest of the year. There's been talk of making it permanent, but that won't be decided until later this year. Meanwhile, we're taking a look at the big agenda items discussed at Fayetteville's latest city council meeting. It lasted 6 hours.
Several of the issues drew in such a big crowd that it became standing room only, with a live stream of the meeting playing outside of the room for people who couldn't get in. One key issue discussed was approving a conditional use permit to create a parking lot at the old Powerhouse location on Dixon Street. A developer wants to create this as an off-site parking that would serve as a proposed student housing project off Center Street. It would be called 612 Center Street. The council ultimately voted 5-3 to approve the permit. Meanwhile, the council failed to pass a resolution to call for a permanent ceasefire in Gaza. 3 voted in favor of the resolution, 1 voted against, and 4 abstained. Council member Sarah Moore brought the resolution forward, and the group of Friends of Palestine NWA was involved in drafting. They say that there's been over 100 cities across the country who have called for a ceasefire, and they believe that Fayetteville should do the same. The resolution states the city supports an immediate ceasefire and also condemns all hateful speech directed to any person or group.
This resolution is not just for the Palestinian people, but this is for the Jewish community as well. There's verbiage in the city resolution speaking about the justice that is required for not just the Palestinian people, but the Israeli people, the Jewish people, the anti-Semitism that's on the rise. That needs to be stopped as well.
We also reached out to the Jewish Federation of Arkansas, who are against this resolution. In a statement, they said in part, quote, We urge the Fayetteville City Council, a body whose public mandate is to be responsible for enacting city laws and local politics, to refrain from involvement in any efforts to bring forth a resolution that involves complex issues in another country.
And the deadline to get a real ID is a year away. It's a recommendation from the 9/11 Commission requiring more verification and added security features. Spokesperson for the Department of Finance and Administration, Scott Harden, says Arkansas doesn't require a real ID and that your regular driver's license will still be valid in most cases except these.
The two things that you have to have it for, flying is the big one, getting in and out of a federal building, so a federal courthouse. To get into that federal courthouse, again, you're gonna have to have that real ID to get in. So if you think, you never know when you might need access to a federal building.
Well, you can get a real ID at any Arkansas State Revenue Office. The fee is $10 to exchange your license for a real ID. And happening today, the 2024 United Way Classic starting in Fort Smith at Hartscrabble Country Club.
More than 150 pro golfers are in Fort Smith this week, and special guest Tony Romo, former Dallas Cowboys quarterback, will be playing in this year's tournament. He'll be playing alongside the 150 PGA hopefuls who are all competing for the grand prize of $20,000. The pro round started this morning and will continue until the awards presentation on Saturday. The event is free and open to the public. All proceeds go towards supporting United Way charities and giving back to the community.
Well, thank you for joining us here today on this Wednesday for the latest news and weather where you live.
You can catch up with us again tomorrow for more. Have a great day.